And we're live again. This is video 140. So hopefully you're ready to do this workout with me. Once again, it's that whole roller come standing work. So taking care to get yourselves ready, you need a roller. I'm just doing all the usual bleps to make sure that we have both connection, that you can see me. Hello Diane, hello Sarah and Lindsay. So hopefully you can actually see me, see the roller in front of you, and you're ready to have action. Everything will be standing. So if you're ready, feet are parallel. Make sure that for this video you've got the roller. It's video 140. In terms of standing position then, hello, I'm in front of the screen. Hi Trudy, hi Margaret, hi Maria, and Leslie and Ken. We're building on the theme, which is using the roller as a means of equipment to work with our posture, to make sure our posture improves because we use the roller. The roller is there to both make a stronger connection as well as give you more feedback. In terms of your start, we're going to do exactly the same start position and then we'll switch it around to a newer position. But the same thing that you've been doing, hi Jane, is the same as you were doing yesterday. Collarbones are wide open, your knees are soft. You're breathing in and out, and for the first parallel squats, I've got a relatively closed thigh position. The roller doesn't move, it just stays, and you hinge at the elbow, the hip and the knee. Inhaling, down the body goes. Exhaling, back up it comes. Keep this going. I'm aware that some people will still be coming into the room, partly because I tuned in a wee bit late. Having been here plenty early, I got deeper involved into planning. I am my own worst enemy in terms of there is so much I want to teach you. We're easing our way into the day. It's now Wednesday. I feel that time's going relatively slowly if it's the truth, but having said that, hello Thomas. I also feel as though I'm doing things that I wouldn't have done were we not in lockdown. Keep this going, the elbows bend, the shoulder blades draw down the back, the collarbones are wide open. I'm doing this opening moment as a bit of a warm-up connection with both your IT, your screen, your internet, making sure you feel as though you've got the right things going on. Hi Leslie. So flexing at the hip and opening at the hip. I'm going to change my position for you just so that you get the visual awareness of how the joints hinge and stand. Your roller, therefore, another way of viewing this roller is that wherever it touches the body, so it's under the hands and it's on the thighs, there should be an equal sensation of pressure, not massive pressure, you're not trying to remold the roller, but you're using it as a tactile cue to fold and stand. Good morning, Lorna and Kat. Lovely to see you, Kath Senior, and you, Lorna. We're using the roller, therefore. The whole emphasis is that wherever that roller is connected to you, you connect with it. The breathing in and out, inhaling as you go down into that wonderful squat. When you get to 95, you'll be going, I'm so glad Tanya taught me how to do a squat. And I'm so glad I did them daily. Okay, people, this is the last time in what we've done so far this week anyway, so hold the roller there. We'll do a pelvic imprint, a pelvic tilt with the breath out. This is possibly your first sensation of discovering your conscious connection with your pelvic floor as it mobilises the lumbar spine. The breath out, ribs are already placing, your pelvic floor draws up. And as you press against the roller, it should realign and create a better symmetry relationally between the pelvic position, the pelvis and the thighs. Next time you find yourself into your neutral, stay. We're now going to roll down. So this is where the first chin to nod to chest, and then the chest bends in half over the roller, at which point you have the lovely flow of moving your arms down. So my arms are rolling, my roller's rolling, and now around my elbow forearm area. Big breath in. Breathing out, pelvic tilt, using the pelvic floor, and roll the roller up with you as you come to stand. So that was your warm-up, which was a replication or replicating yesterday. Your next position with the roller, the roller goes behind your sacrum. You're going to do this position in parallel as well. Now for some of you, the position here is too much for your shoulders, so people with shoulder issues, some of you I know are in the room, you know who you are. All right, with the roller behind, you're putting your hands flat onto either end of the roller. If that's too intense, go back to what we were doing, the previous position, because that simply means you get your greatest gains by using the roller on the thighs. Here we go then. Inhale down into your squat. Just stay for your first squat. Pull your shoulder blades towards each other. Feel for the roller across the sacrum. I've said today that wherever the body is connected to the roller, so it's the either end of the roller and it's the sacrum, those connections are your focus. As I stay pushing the roller back as my hip hinges, as I gently pull the roller as though I'm trying to squeeze it, not massively, so Mr. Bathgate, don't try and remodel that roller of yours with your industrial techniques. Inhaling down into that hinge of the hip. So this activity with the roller behind you will amplify your upper back stabilizers. In other words, the scapula, shoulder blades, the mid-thoracic gets a more lengthened or more opening position. If you think about what we're doing in our everyday lives, we're sat at the computers, the laptops, the screens, whatever they are, we're sat often and we're forwards flexed. Even when we walk, we don't tend to be able to walk with a lengthened thoracic. Gravity weighs down. This position, if you can do it, amplifies therefore your connection with your upper thoracic area. Okay people, I think you get the idea, let's move on. Find the squat, pull your shoulder blades together, breathe in. Breathing out then, pelvic tilt. And inhale, push your tailbone sacrum back against the roller. Exhaling, pelvic floor, navel to spine. Don't do a bum squeeze. I can't emphasize that enough because it doesn't hydrate or mobilize you in anything like the way you need. This is the final pelvic imprint using pelvic floor internal oblique. Find yourself into neutral. Now we're going to do the opposite. We're going to nod the chin, bend at the rib cage. Keep the roller on the sacrum. As you roll down, your sacrum will reach up to the ceiling and your legs will lengthen slightly. Breathe in, breathing out, do the reverse. Pull down on your heels, pull down against the roller of the sacrum and reverse yourself back up to stand. Well done. We're going to do the same action in turnout. Inhale, plie, squat, exhale back. In turnout, you'll find that the hip pelvis is more likely to do a little bit of a waving or a shimmying from side to side. The roller is there for you to gather information as you work systematically in the flexing and the thighs pulling out over the second, third toe and the standing and opening the hip. Inhaling, down we go, and breath out, up you come. You're pulling against the roller lightly, pulling the hands against the roller, pulling the shoulder blades together. You'll not manage to hold this roller correctly if your shoulders are rounded forwards. My sensory system picks up that my shoulder blades are reaching towards each other to keep my collarbones spread and my position with the roller at the back of the sacrum and my chest open. You're going to go down into this plie to stay. I'm just going to go down an inch and up an inch, inhaling and exhaling. Notice at this point whether or not you're gripping your side bottom. The other thing to notice is, are you working your back extensors? Because you shouldn't be. If your back spinal muscles are active, I don't mean between the shoulder blades, I mean from the waist upwards, then you're not core connecting the abdominals. You either need to fractionally tuck under, particularly if you're lordotic, or simply engage the core area. People, the next time you bend, breathe in, exhaling, you're going to roll down again in much the same way as you did in the parallel, but this time you're going to let the roller reach the ceiling as your face looks between your thighs, stretching through the hamstring, then pull the roller back to the sacrum, and when you feel it level there, pelvic tilt, rolling spine, and you're upright. Next position. Bring the roller forwards again, this time to the chest, and find turnout. Now the roller's keeping your upper spine again. You're back into your squats where we're sumo-esque. and we're interested in opening the hip. And we're going to add a little bit more emphasis. Now, go down and stay. The emphasis being learning to push the roller away and pull it back without losing shoulder stabilisation. Not everything we do should feel aggressive and intense. Your posture will not forgive you during the coming months if you don't pay attention to the detail of stabilising and aligning, okay? There are smaller, more intricate muscles, and they'll always be activated with your breathing and with alignment. People, the next time you find the roller at your chest, stay, breathe in, breathe out, pelvic tilt, and find yourself upright. This is the flatter back position, and take the roller to the forehead and push it up, pull it past your forehead and pull it down to your thighs. So you're flatter backed, the roller comes to the forehead, you push up, you come down again and by your thighs. The roller should touch both thighs equally. As you come up and it comes past your chest, past your nose, forehead, you've got that symmetry and you're coming down again and 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and reach, down and sit. Up and reach. Final time, down and sit. Up and reach, and then pull down with the roller at your forehead. If you're really tight in your shoulders, pull the roller to the chest. So we're going into our side bend, rib cage, inhale. We've done this before, so the sensation of making sure it's the rib that bends and not your waistline, it's rib cage. And by pulling the crown of the forehead against the roller and the roller against the forehead, you make a lovely connection that the brain, the nervous system, and therefore the breathing can work with. Last time. And the next time, you're going to come all the way up and pull the roller down. Now, building up on this a review of what you did yesterday, but slightly different again. Find your parallel squat. I taught this on Zoom last night and it was a revelation to me in terms of people's sense of where everything should be. If you have the roller therefore in front of you, my roller is far enough towards me that my elbows are bent with my elbows pointing down to my hip bones, so that when I squat and my arms bend, it's as though my chest lowers towards the roller as the elbows bend. I'll never quite go to the roller itself. Now obviously if you're smaller, I'm thinking probably of very small people, you might end up with your chest on the roller. And this is where rollers aren't brilliant if you've got a real extreme of different heights. Go down into your squat and stage. Remember this? We learned to push the roller till it was on its edge and then sit the bottom further back, giving the spine its length. I'm keeping the roller on its edge as I pelvic tilt then, rolling my spine back up, and then as I come back I bend my elbows and I find I'm upright again. Inhale into your squat, do not move the roller, do find your squat. Exhaling to find the reach away, tailbone pushes backwards further, arms reach, huge inhale just here. Exhaling, start to put pelvic tilt and slow motion pull that roller back. Inhaling, squat, the roller stays upright, vertical. Exhaling, take that roller in one direction, take your pelvis in the opposing direction. Next breath out, you start to pelvic curl using pelvic floor, rolling, mobilising the spine as you find yourself upright. We're going to leave that there. You've mobilised, you've stabilised, we're now into single leg work. Having the roller therefore, I've got my feet lined up with the end of the mat, the edge of the mat. I've got my roller off the mat, lined up with the mat. So that gives me, again, a normal stand. My upper arm drapes down and the elbow points to my hip bone. We're going to go single leg work, but first, find your squat and find what I talked about earlier, which is that the connection with the roller is meant to be felt. I can feel my hand pushing against the roller, and the roller therefore connects to the floor as well. So the floor and my hand give me feedback. Ideally, it's not my hand that feels so much as the armpit and this side oblique area. Your elbow will bend as you go down and you're looking for symmetry. If your roller moves all over the place, which is what I observed last night, then you're not actually stabilising, or you're letting your body shimmy and shift. Go down and stay. The leg nearest the roller becomes the first to lift, so that I've got a tiptoes. I'm going to push it to the side. It goes past the roller and pull it back. I'm going to do that 4 more times. 1, 2 more, tap, return. Last time, and I'm going to do that pinpoint tap and stand up. So I'm on tiptoes, still on the leg nearest the roller. Inhale, hinge at the hip, squat. Exhale, out and in, out and in. 2 more times as I wake up my abductor sides. I keep my chest wide open. I could reach my hand if I wanted, and I stand up. We're going to build onto it. Inhale into your squat. Exhale out to a tap, into a tap, up and pull your knee lift. Go down to a tap, find your squat. You go out, you tap back, you stand up without twisting, and you lift the leg. 1, 2, 3 is out and in, and 4 is up and into your knee lift. And all this while, your shoulders stay square. The arm that's reaching for the leg that's doing 90% of the work may help you balance the body further. The rules of not letting your knee drift forwards over your toes still apply. Hinge, reach, return, standing, knee lift. Hinge, reach, return, standing, knee lift, and let that go. Doing the other side then. Remember the setup. Your upper arm down here, everything level, and find your squat. The leg nearest the roller is the leg to set up. So we go to tiptoes on this leg. If you want to put a hand across your chest, hand out to the sides, it doesn't matter. You're already working to the side bottom, so you stretch and stand. Here we're strengthening the ankle and the knee, but the primary stability comes from the pelvis, and your connection is largely with your breathing muscles, and up you stand. We're going to do that set again. Hinge at the hip, breathe. Take one leg out, tap it in. The leg wants to follow the line that the mat is providing. It's a horizontal push and pull. A push and pull, and standing up. We'll build it from here. Inhale your squat. Breathe out. 1, 2, stand, knee lift. Go down, tiptoe it down. Hinge at the hip. Go 1, 2, stand and lift. No leaning, no movement of the roller. Remember, you're grounding yourself with the hand armpit, roller to floor as you do this work. Inhale, flow into that squat. Flow out sideways, flow back, and flow upright. All the work being side bottom. Remember that the issues come if the bum tucks under, or if you're actually not stabilising the trunk. So more lordotic person. Hello, Joan Walton. These are perfect for you, Joan, as long as you don't tuck that bottom of yours under. Inhaling to your squat, breathing out to reach, return, and up to tiptoes. All the while then, finding the balancing stability that is about Pilates. 1, 2, and 3, and upright you are. Stay. You should be perfectly poised. Be able to take your hand off the roller without looking like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We're going to take this now into more of a lunge. So this builds the series then, using the roller. I can't remember how I did it. I did it so many ways. Actually, I think I did it this way. The roller will still be to your side. You'll step backwards a little bit further than normal. I'm going to show you. So my roller would be lined up with, right, I'll start again. Rewind. Your feet are parallel. If your roller is lined up just outside of your right foot ankle line, okay? It's forwards of your foot in the traditional, where I talk about your elbow being pointing down to the hip bones, the upper arm in the line of the midline of the body. That's how you need to work with the roller. The leg nearest the roller is the leg that's going to move first. To set ourselves up, we find this squat. I'm going to have my feet together, find my squat. If that doesn't feel right somewhere and you can't keep your roller vertical, then something's wrong. Remember the leg nearest the roller now is going to reach out into that diagonal line. This is where we practice our scooter. The hand can go to the chest, the free hand. As you crouch down, do your first crouching back and stay. Check for all of the alignment. The knee cannot be forwards of the toes. The bottom can't be tucked under, and your back heel has to be off the floor, but the front foot, leg, does all of the load. So as you as you push into the ground and come forwards in diagonal, do a gentle press of your hand against the roller to connect and ground the upper body to the lower body. So inhaling, you hinge backwards. Breath out, you pull yourself forwards. Breathing in, keeping your chest open, resisting rotation, and back. Remember, the back leg is relatively light. All right, for your next 5 then, as you push up, you're going to float the foot off. This isn't dissimilar to something we did yesterday. As you push, I'm never ever bringing my body upright. I'm always in that diagonal line. Inhale, you still keep a light load through the back leg. It's very hard to talk and stabilise, you need to know, because you need your breathing trunk connection. This should go straight to the hamstring glute. It's not stretching your hamstring, people. It's strengthening the belly of the hamstring. If it's only a pinpoint feel to your sit bone, then you're tucked under and it's wrong. People, the next time you go back, you're going to stay. This is where we transition. Now, tuck your bottom under and find the leg nearest the roller to be a little bit more loaded. Put your hand across your chest. As you now take the load through the thigh of the back leg, it's your quad lunge, which makes your hip flexor lengthen and stabilise. Just 2 more, I'm realising that time's going by. 1 more and stay. You should feel a distinct difference between those 2 exercises. Go down a bit, feel the length and the strength, and then push up. Ready for your other side? So the roller to the side, you find your squat. Breathe, don't tuck your bottom under. The foot nearest your roller becomes the diagonal line. The heel of the back leg never going down to the ground, and you hinge back and forwards. Inhaling, exhaling. As you crouch backwards, your sit bones lead the way, and your aim by using the roller is to resist rotation and, in theory, find a little bit more trunk connection and stability. The breath in as you go down and up. The back leg is lighter than you think because the front leg, side bum, is doing 90% of the work. So now we lift and hinge back. Breathe. Tune into what you experience in terms of recruitment, knowing that it should not be in the lower back, definitely should be the deep belly of your hamstring, some of your side bottom, which is your lateral connection. 2 more. And last one. Okay, remember to press against the hand against the roll to the ground. And then transition here. We've now tucked under. And you're going to go down. Your arm feels a bit further away from the roller now. If you need to wriggle away or move your feet because it doesn't feel right, then move your feet on this quad bias. In other words, there's a real stretch, goes down through the vastus muscle group, the quadriceps. The heel stays up. It's ankle and knee. Range of movement. Pelvis stays level. Just realised my roller was moving. Down you go, and up you come. By keeping the roller and the breath connection, it's a true trunk stabilisation activation rather than just legs. Inhaling and breath out. Last time, stay, increase the range, and come back. Okay people, that's all we have time for. To finish off, before you do the next video, put your hands, feet, thighs, hands on the roller, feet together. Soften the knees, inhale, pull the chin to the throat, exhale, Allow the posture, spinal column to roll. Roll, 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 hang. Keep your legs bent, but push your tailbone to the ceiling as much as your body allows, keeping equal pressure on the roller. And then to bend the legs, tuck the bottom under and reverse all the way up. Roll your shoulders. And there you have it. 20 minutes is so short. That was actually 25. People, well done. And hopefully that made even more sense as we've gone through this week with the roller. There'll be more rollers tomorrow, so tune in. For those that are joining me for the next video, have a drink. I'm out of breath. Have your drink and be ready in the next 5 minutes to get ourselves going again. Let's say 10 o'clock, we'll be back with our floor version of the roller. And today to be less technical than it actually was yesterday, and probably even the day before, to be honest. So I've brought a simplicity and intensity, but we are using the roller still. It's a bye for now. See you soon.